watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
This is going to be an incredible interview. Why? Well, of course, you know our girl guide, Heather Boschke. She's our contributor of our Joy Corner, who every month gives us some great life lessons. But did you also know that Heather is an incredible, talented artist and writer? Well, yes, of course she is. Great to see you, honey.
You're too kind. Thank you so much.
You are the creator of a series of books. It starts with Buddha Birdie, and these books are really dedicated, I feel like, after I've read them, to anybody who loves an uplifting story, pun intended.
That's right. We are going to fly so high with these little birdies. And yes, I originally wrote these books for kids under 10. Like, that's the reading level. However, I get feedback constantly that it is for kids of all ages. People will buy these books for their aunt who loves bird or their grandma who loves birds. And so there is something about these little birdies that they're kind of ageless because it's for everyone.
Well, it is true. After I had a chance to really read them, and you sent me them, and they're so beautifully bound, really a wonderful experience to enjoy. But it is a little bit science-rooted. So, I mean, I actually found myself learning things about these birds in just a most approachable, fun way.
Yes, that's exactly right. So my friends that have human children, they're like, okay, I know this book was for my kid, but also I am learning so much about birds. And that's exactly right. And I wanted to do that intentionally because there's so many kids' books they're cutesy, they're fun, they might have a little lesson, but I really wanted this to be rooted in education. That was really important to me because that's how this whole thing started. Was I started drawing again, and I started getting into birding and learning about birds. And so it was the facts about the birds that really inspired this idea of combining these playful illustrations with all of these facts I was learning. So it being rooted in education is actually really important to me.
Yeah, and as a mother of four, I love a book that's got a purpose behind it too. But you mentioned, I mean, it all began with the artwork. Heather, I mean, let's talk about that process because it's incredible. When you see the pages of these books, these are done in your own hand.
They are, yes. And I think we've got some time-lapse drawings to show as well. But I've got my sketchbook here too, because I wanted to show you. Yeah, this is legit, just, right from pen and paper. And you can see how large they are too. So when they're in the book, they're much smaller, but it's just been the most fun journey of bringing these birds to life. Every single bird takes between 2 and 4 hours to draw. I always start with pen and then I add marker afterwards. And the use of pen is super intentional for me because I think if I did anything in pencil, I would never draw a bird. I would just erase and redo, and I would be in my head. But using pen forces me to use all of the mistakes. And just like Bob Ross used to say, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. And so every little misplaced line. So when I look at my time-lapse drawings, I'll see like 13 things that I should have done or could have done differently. But I am forced to use the mistakes, and it actually makes the end result that much more perfect. Because just like us, like the fact that my birds are not perfect sort of makes them perfect.
Well, and again, we will show that time lapse for sure. And I want people to really appreciate your process because when you get into the detail of these birds, I mean, it is brilliant. And the fact that you do it in one take is extra special.
Yeah, that's also kind of important. I kind of get in the zone, and I'm literally at my kitchen island right now, which is where I draw all my birds. I'm a bit of a creature of habit in that way. Like, I've got a process where, okay, I get all my stuff out. I've got this beautiful drawing board that my husband actually made me, and I put my sketchbook on that. I'm always listening to Bruce Springsteen when I draw, and I always have to do it in one take. That's just kind of how it goes. So that's a bit of my ritual when I draw. and Springsteen is my favorite. And so I kind of just get into my happy place with the music, and then it kind of flows, and I look up, and before I know it, it's, you know, been 3 hours.
I mean, it really is such a privilege to know this side of you, Heather, because I mean, it really is a gift that you're sharing with all of us. Let's go back to the actual text of the book, because, you know, we talked about it being educational, but here's what I love about it, is that it's written in such a friendly voice. I mean, I can just hear the tone and the openness and the enthusiasm with the word choices you use.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like you can hear me. And when I do these readings, it's so fun because it is my voice. I'm not pretending. I mean, I don't intend it to be, but it's written like I would talk to a kid, or like I would talk to anyone about birds. And I wanted to keep the facts simple yet accessible, yet they're also learning things. So like in the Wisconsin book here, we talk about the fact that doves, you know, the mourning dove, they eat, let me just find the page here, that mourning doves have a throat pouch called a crop that they use to put seeds in to save for later. So that's a fact that not everyone knows, but the way that it's written, it's super accessible and kids get it. And it's like, you got something in your mouth? Well, I'm just keeping it in my crop, in my throat pouch.
Good job, Morning Dove. Here's the other thing, is that you teach us the songs that the birds sing. And when I would read out loud to my children, I always loved to imitate the voices and the sounds. This is a great opportunity, if you love reading to your kids, to really get in there and have fun.
Okay, so the favorite is from the Minnesota book. The goldfinch has a song that sounds like potato chip. And that is the crowd favorite when I do author visits and readings. Everyone loves to say potato chip.
So
how can you not have fun doing that?
Oh, I'm having a ball just talking to you about it. But you offer more than just books. What else is coming on the horizon for you?
I do. Okay, so I've got mugs. So I've got little mugs. So this, you know, this is Clarence. And then I also have cards. Like any of my birds can be made into a card. This is a favorite, Birds on a Wire. And then I'm very excited to announce, this will be coming out in the next couple of weeks, I've got a puzzle.
That's
The cool thing about this puzzle is that it's called Puzzle Twist for a reason. So it's a puzzle with a twist. The box image is actually different than the image that you put together, which might make some people crazy, but for those that love puzzles, this is a fun one.
Love the challenge. Heather, where can we find all of this?
You can find all of this on my website, so buddhabirdie.com, and you can always email me to heather@buddhabirdie.com, but it's super fun to share my love of birds, and I do think that my purpose is to spread joy one bird at a time.
You're doing it, girl. Well, you bring so much joy to my life. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me about this really cool aspect of your life.
Thank you for allowing me to share my birdies.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you so much.
Back at you, girl.
Well, birds of a feather, we flock together. Me and Heather Boschke, we love hanging out. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about this side of Heather that is such a gift to the world. Go check her out at buddhabirdie.com. Attention all brunch aficionados, we've got even the most discerning of boozy brunch lovers covered, and your invitation awaits. We'll get you behind the velvet rope next. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.